so dependent on that technology that when that technology broke down and became antiquated and they were no longer providing support for that, lost and unable to move from point A to point B. The analogy I've been using to make it make sense is when I grew up, and I don't know if this is still the same case, I make sure for my son it was though, the electrician, when he used to go down and read the meters, he handed out this little multiplication table. You guys get this? The mental ability to do things, and it just enhances your ability to do it. So we want to make sure that it's an additional resource that blind people have in order to move around their environment. So what is the Indoor Navigation Challenge? The National Federation of the Blind Indoor Navigation Challenge is an effort for us as blind individuals to reach out to schools, universities, private, for-profit, public sector, who's ever working in this space, right? Who's ever working toward developing indoor navigation technology and putting out that as that technology is being developed, that we're able to participate in giving the interpreter license to hit the table or something if I talk too fast. So I'll slow down now. Market driven. If we're waiting on the time for something to be market driven, it wouldn't happen. As blind individuals with such a significantly small population that we're never going to be able to make the market case that if you make something accessible to blind people, you're going to get rich. Okay, Freedom Scientific may disagree, but even with the dynamic of specific software to blind individuals off of it, it's a costly undertaking for them to continue to invest in research and development, to continue to develop a tool that allows blind individuals simple access to the computer. How is this related to indoor navigation? Well, I think based on the last question, it's relevant. I really love the way that the lady that asked the question was talking about there's Braille on top, basically saying allow a read for the blind person to actually touch. And then Ryan was trying to find a way to audio describe the Braille. Here, this is how you audio describe it. Let blind people touch it. And I know it's counterculture, right? Because as a society, we grow up and tell people, don't touch that, don't touch that. But if blind people don't touch it, there's a learning that's missed. So whether it be using 3D technology to mimic a piece of art, or something that's too big, you know, like you can't get someone to actually touch the Eiffel Tower and understand conceptually what the Eiffel Tower is. How is this related to indoor technology? Well, we're using these 3D technologies and we're working with 6 science groups. They're using image recognition to determine that there's a door in the back of this room, and that door will probably always be in the back of this room. And with simple orientation and something that can give individuals information about their space that allows them to navigate. Others are building standalone devices. Other entities are using remote vision, meaning there's a tool, whether it be the iPhone or Android or a standalone camera that goes to a person that can see in some remote environment, and they give you directions around it. So a variety of different ways of getting this done. But we're trying to make sure that as it's developed, we participate in all of it. But using these devices in such a big way is creating opportunities, but also could potentially present barriers. I just wanted to mention one real quick before I close. There's a new mobile app that's moving toward for jobs. If it's not accessible, then how am I as a blind person going to receive equal consideration for employment in the future? So we have to make sure that the non-visual access to these components are built together. Overall emphasis on what we've been talking about under the umbrella of Internet of Things. Someone in information technology or technology overall. And I've given them a fundamental taste of what it's like to make something non-visually accessible. They rise to the occasion. They consider it a challenge, and they consider it a way for them to express their own unique talent and ability in a way that they have never been exposed to. We need to feed and foster that innovative, that marriage between innovation and accessibility in order to get where we need to be. And I'm here to pledge on behalf of the National Federation of the Blind that our goal is to continue to develop and build on those relationships with companies, corporations, universities, to work together collaboratively to come up with non-visual solutions that help improve the quality of life for all blind individuals, because our overall goal in everything that we want to do, we want to work on continuing to have a culture shift to make sure that the universities, the corporations, all these entities move to a culture where accessibility is not something that's additional to what they do. Thank you guys for your time and attention.
Questions? right here in front.
Hi, so my name is Maureen Legot, and we are one of 3, apparently, museum professionals here at the Minnesota Historical Society. And my question is, we are called special open access hours for students with autism. We have special open access hours for people living with dementia and their caregivers. And so we make physical considerations, both with lighting and chairs and sound for both of those groups, but what that ends up happening is we focus so specifically on one group that I feel like we are missing the mark as far as universal design, and that happens in lots of museums where we focus on